welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute pineapple glue gun stand using items from the Dollar Tree. Stay tuned and I will show you how to make it. Alright y'all, let us get started. So first off, what you're going to need from Dollar Tree, one of these little pineapple wooden containers here. How cute is that? You're also going to need one of these silicone brush cleaners. This is also from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some, I'm going to say scrapbooking paper, but you can use whatever you want to. Wrapping paper, scrapbooking paper. If you have a pretty gift bag that you want to use that. Doesn't matter, just whatever you want to use to cover everything with, okay? So I got this paper here from Hobby Lobby. Was on sale, 50% off, 40% off, something like that. So that's why I got that. And so you can see all of the brush marks and designs on here are all similar. I just got them in 3 different colors. You're also going to need some Mod Podge. Now here I have the regular gloss luster Mod Podge. And I also have some of this sparkle Mod Podge. Now I have this because someone in my group had asked me if I'd ever used it. And honestly, I had not. So that's why I'm going to give this a try today. Now, this cost a lot more than regular Mod Podge. Yeah, you could just mix some glitter in. But they wanted to know about the actual product. So I'm going to be using the actual product, okay? And you're also going to need a sign. A very long sign. It doesn't have to be very long. You know, Dollar Tree puts out these long signs pretty much every season. Whichever one you have. You could even use a serving tray if it's the size that you would need. But, yeah, this one is just painted, and then it has glitter letters. There's no paper on here. Now, a lot of the Dollar Tree signs, you know, are covered with a printed piece of paper. You can take a handful of damp paper towels and lay on top of that paper covering and just give it a good 30 minutes or so, and that's really going to help you to peel off that paper covering. But for this one, I'm not going to worry about any of this or anything. I'm just going to flip it over. Boom! And use it just like that. But I am making this for my glue gun. You see my glue gun has a stand here, and it's also flat right here. And it stands right about here. So what I'm going to do is, come here. It's right, the cord's wrapped around my foot. It's wrapped around my foot. So I want this board to be long enough to hold both my glue gun and this little silicone thing and this. So I'm going to put it right here. And I had a pen. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, I'm losing things. Hang on. Aha! I have a pen. So let's say that I want this to be here. Now I'm just going to mark this. I know that this isn't going to be perfectly straight. I'm just marking it. That's about where I want this end to be. And then let's move this over. Just trying to get everything measured here. I'm going to take this off. I want to cut these off here in a little bit. Okay, now let's put this here. Now this silicone mat here is going to be to catch glue drips, okay? That's going to be the purpose of this. And then I want this to sit here to hold the glue sticks. Okay, so now I'm going to mark it right about here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I have my scroll saw in there. And I'm just going to saw the ends off here. I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to saw the ends off. You can use a handsaw, depending on how thick, you know, your board is. You can use whatever cutting device you have to trim it down to size. If you're using a serving tray, of course, you wouldn't have to worry about that. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my board cut here. And I went ahead and I cut the paper to fit it. I just laid it down on the paper and, of course, you know, traced down the sides. But now what we're going to do is Mod Podge this sucker on. So let's take this. Just going to start brushing on. Let's pick this up, make it a little bit easier. Just brush it on like so. All right. Try to get all the way over here to the edge, because you don't want the edges lifting up. You can always go back and seal them down again, but you know what? I don't want to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we're just going to try to stick it down right the first time. Notice I said try. A blind optimism there. All right. Brush, brush, brush. Let's flip it around so that I can get to this other side. Brush all that on. You want to try to get it as even as possible so you don't have a whole bunch of ripples in it. So, you know, your paper won't have ripples in it. All right, about there. As if the edges peel up, you can just go back and touch those up. And I think I've tried to get this on as evenly as possible. All right, just lay that over there. Now, get over there. Can y'all see this? I need to move it up. All right, so now we're just going to stick that down. Try to get it even. If it's not 100% perfectly even, if you have a little bit of paper sticking out over the edges, it's okay. Just wait till it's all dry, and then you can go back. You can trim that down with a little pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife. It's all right. Let's place this here. I hate when I have to piece things together, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta. All right, let's put that there, right there. All right, so now we're gonna let this dry. Did pretty good. This paper is fairly thick and there are no ripples, so I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna set this over here. All right, right there. And now let's get on to this little pineapple guy. So what I'm gonna do with the pineapple is I'm going to cover this part with the yellow paper and then this part up here with the green paper. But see, now we have, let's see, this wood on the side. So I think what I want to do, you know what? Let me get some acrylic paint maybe and paint the inside of this white. Let me just paint that white. And then as far as the sides here, because you see this glue here, that glue's fairly rough. And I'm thinking about Mod Podging down a piece of the yellow on here. I think that's what I'll do. Let's make this yellow, yellow. And then I can paint the inside white or something. But the little leaves up here, those are going to be green. So let's see. Let's just flip this paper over. If I can lay this about right here. I know this is going to be difficult to see. And I'm going to try to trace around it. And we're going to see how that works. All right, that fits pretty well. All I did with the green and yellow, I just laid it down and then I just traced around it and cut it out. That's all I did. So let's see if I want the yellow to go on top or if I want the green. I think I want the green. I think that'd be better. I think, yes, let's put the green one on top. So let's get out my brush here. I want to get all this paper stuck down while I have it all out before I put it back in my paper crafting drawer over here. I have so many pads of paper. You know, you go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever and you see all this pretty scrapbooking paper and then it goes on sale and you're like, ah! You know, and then you buy all the things and you don't know what you're going to do with it and then you can't find what you need in the stuff you bought. So then you go back to Hobby Lobby and you buy more stuff. I don't know. Just me. All right. So now let's stick this on right there. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. Looking good. Just gently press that down. And now let's come here. Put the green piece here. Just kind of, let's make sure that's stuck down. And so if you have any sticking out, because it can be hard, especially with shapes like this, it can be just a little bit difficult, you know, to get everything perfectly lined up. You can go back and just trim it off, you know, with an X-Acto knife or with a pair of scissors, you know, no big deal. There we go. So there's the front side of it. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the back, and I'm just going to cut some little squares of the yellow to go here. Okay. And I shall return. Okay, so I have all of the paper put on my pineapple here. See, I just wrapped it around the bottom. Oops, smooth that down. Just wrapped it around the bottom here, and that's covered. Now, here in a little bit, after all of this Mod Podge dries, I'm going to go back and y'all probably paint this with some white paint or something. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Why didn't I paint it before I put the paper on? Because depending on the type of paint that you use, you know, the type of finish, is it matte, is it glossy? Sometimes the Mod Podge will not adhere as tightly as you need it to be, okay? And it will peel right off of that painted base, okay? Like I said, it all depends on the type of paint you use. Believe me, been there, done that. Anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to give everything a top coat with this sparkle Mod Podge. I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see it? Open your eyes. little bit of sparkle. Anyway, we're going to go over this and the board over here with a coat of the Sparkle Mod Podge just to kind of seal it up. And I might even do 2 coats, okay? You know, just in case you drop some paint on it, or, you know, you get a little bit of hot glue on it, it won't completely ruin your paper, all right? So I'm just going to get a little bit. Let's see if we can get a look on the brush and see if it's shiny. See, you can see a little bit of the glitter in it. But anyway, just going to take this and do a thin coat on top of this. And then I'm also going to do the same thing, like I said, with the pineapple. Now let's just brush a little bit of this on. And let's see. Okay, you can see, oh yes, we can see the shimmery sparkle now. But like I said, you know, you could take some glitter. Why am I doing this? Why are you sticking to me? You could just take a little bit of glitter and put it down in your Mod Podge if you want to. I think that would give you pretty much the same effect. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to do a coat of this, and then we're going to let it dry. I'm going to do a second coat, and then we'll come back, and then we will glue it together.
1 eternity later.
Well, that took a little bit for that to dry. You know what? I don't like using heat guns and stuff on Mod Podge to try to get it to dry, because you know what? Sometimes it can turn sticky. That's just been my experience. You do whatever you want to do. But anyway, now what we're going to do is let's start gluing some stuff down. So this is going to be, like I said, here. I'm still wrapped up. Heaven forbid. This is going to be here to catch drips. And I don't know if I want it to be like this or like this. We'll find out here in a minute. But anyway, I want to take this. We need to take these suction cups off. So I'm just going to see if I could cut that. Yeah, with my scissors. That cut pretty easily. Now, because this is silicone, you know, it's not going to stick down very well with hot glue, so we're going to use some E6000. You really want to trim these. Just try to trim these absolutely as flat as possible. And try not to cut through your little pineapple. All right, so now I've done that. You know what? Let me see if these wire cutters, because they're angled. Let me cut a little bit more here. You know what? I could use my X-Acto knife for this. Hang tight. All right, I did use my X-Acto knife here, and I had it laying on the edge of the table, so you couldn't have seen it anyway. But anyway, I had it laid on the edge of the table, and I just kind of went across it like that and got it as flat as I could. But anyway, like I said, silicone, very, very slippery, slick. It's going to be hard to get it to adhere with any type of glue. So that's why I'm going to use this E6000. And I'm also going to take my knife here, and I'm just going to cut ever so often like this. I'm just cutting a line, and then I'm going to go back and forth like this. And I'm just cutting a grid pattern. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing it? Tell me, why am I doing it? To give it a little bit of texture and to give the glue something to hang on to, okay? So that's why we're doing this. Just do here. And I really want this to stick down really well. So I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue, I think, maybe on this to stick it down first. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm not. I'm just going to straight up use the E6000. I'm just going to let it sit here for a little bit. But anyway, that should be good. See like that little grid pattern? No, you can't really see it because of the light, but all right, let's put this back on here. Oh, heaven forbid. Yeah, I think I'm going to let it so where this little clamp here can sit on it. And then we'll glue this up here like so. Gives us plenty of room to work here. You know what? Let's scoot this down because I have these. Let me show you what I have. I have these little stickers. These little wooden stickers also from Dollar Tree. I'm thinking I might want to do a design on the ends. So, you know, let's try to bring this up so I can have some room maybe to put the little stickers. That looks good. I'm just going to make a tiny little mark here where I want the bottom of it to be. There we are. Now, let's take some of this and stick it down. You think, why should I make such a long video for such a simple thing? Because I try to explain things as I go and give you like the hows and the whys of why I'm doing something, you know? All right. Whoa! All right. Just try to stick this down without making too big of a mess. There we go. That looks good. And then if you get glue on this, you know, this being silicone, you could just pull it right off. Okay, there's that. I think that's pretty even. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom of this. Let's just put some glue here. And I didn't paint that white like I said I was. I might still go back and paint it white. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I don't want it to be, you know, too stark of a contrast. You know what I'm saying? Still on the fence about that. Stick that down. Okay, I'm trying to get it even. All right. I think that looks okay. So now I'm just going to let this sit here and dry. And I might take these because these are just too cute. And I want to do something with them. So you know what? I'm thinking I might alternate these pineapples with these little guys right here. And I might just hot glue those down. But yeah, let me fire up the glue gun and we'll see. All right, so I've decided which stickers I want to use. I want to use the little yellow pineapples and the green palm trees. I'm getting ready to say peacocks. The green palm trees here. So you'll need 2 packs of those stickers to do that. But they come with like this little round spongy doohickey on the back. I just pulled that off and then we're going to glue it down. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to hit this stuff because the glue hasn't set up yet. But anyway, jewelry from Paparazzi, only $5 each. If you look in the description box, I'll have a link that says Paparazzi. Click on that and then click on the one that says jewelry and it'll take you to all the goodies. But I'm just putting a little, there we go, just a little bit of hot glue on these. I'm trying to not glue it to my finger. Let's see, try to get this evenly spaced. There we go. And then I'm going to put the little pineapple here in the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other end with these other stickers. And my glue gun has not had ample time to heat up, so it's giving me a fit right now. But I'm just going to glue this down right quick, and then we'll let it sit there so that y'all can see what this is going to look like. Is that even? I think so. I don't know. Good enough for me. All right. How cute is that? But I'm going to glue these to the other end, and then I'll get some glue sticks, and we'll just put it together so y'all can see what it looks like. I've got all these glued on. I got my glue sticks in there. I'm trying so carefully to not move this around. But anyway, glue gun, and it will sit right there. Yeah, right there. I got plenty of space behind it, plenty of space here. I'm very happy with that. I am very, very happy with how this turned out. Yes, I like it. I hope you like it. If you would, give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!